What's up, Epic 7? Time to kill us some golems. Now, a handful of you want to farm golem, whether it's for the adventurous path or whether you feel like you really need protection and HP sets. Here is the way to do it, really early on with starter gear. This team, I am almost confident to say it's 100% success rate. I ran it for 31 runs and didn't have a single fail, and the best part, it's all free-to-play gear and very accessible units. The team sitting at this table are goblin slaying monsters. Let's show you how this team works. Now this works on Golem 13 as well as all stages of Golem. First things first, Adventurer Ras. You get this guy for free in Chapter 2, so make sure you complete up to the point where you get Adventurer Ras and complete his awakenings. I slapped Ras on some of the lousiest gear I could think of. He's mostly 71 gear. I didn't have a 78 piece of neck with HP main, so just find something that's got an HP main on it. Just make him tanky enough so that he doesn't die. Middling speed, right? You want him to be on speed boots so he does take some turns, but other than that, none of the stats matter. He's not here for damage. The effectiveness is nice, chance for defense break, so if you can get 65% effectiveness on him, go for it, though it's not required. It'll still work without Ross's effectiveness. It'll just speed it up a little bit, because when he lands that defense break, Cermia hits like a truck. As for an artifact, any artifact. Literally, if you're having trouble dying, put Arius on him. If you're having trouble with Ras dying, put something that'll protect Ras. You could put Midnight Bloom on Ras to boost the crit chance of the other people on the team. I'm going to run him with no artifact. That's how little I care about the Ras build. As for skill ups, Ras doesn't need any skill ups. I know mine is plus 15, but that's just because it was free to do, and I figured why not? Why not get the damage? But all of his skill ups are damage, and we don't care about damage on Ras, so you don't have to worry about skilling up any of his skills. Next on the team is Tamarinne. You get her through the connections. Make sure you do your connections and pick up Tamarinne. She's one of the most important, impactful heroes in early game. Tamarinne I likewise put on relatively trash gear. It's all goblin gear and a couple of level 75, 78 pieces. One of them's not even leveled, right? If you really, really like your Tamarinne, give her fully leveled gear. Don't do +9. North of 200 speed. Make sure she is on speed boots and that you force a speed set. That's really all that's important. Force a speed set, give her speed boots so that she cycles her turns. It's nice to give her HP main stats on the ring and the neck, so that she's kind of bulky. You definitely don't want your Soul Weaver dying in the middle of the fight. As for an artifact, you can put her on Magahara's Tome to help cycle her. If you don't have Magahara's Tome, you could run Prophetic Candlestick. It might even be better. Whole variety of Soul Weaver artifacts. That would be good on Tamarinne. Just pick one and run with it. It's not really that critical. Tamarinne being our Soul Weaver, it's very important that you run her S2 up as fast as possible and that you get her S2 maxed out as well. So +7, +1. I know it's a lot of Molagora. If you have it, it's worth it. Do her S3 first and then pump everything else into her S2. Nothing in her S1 needs Molagora. Her S1 is wasted Molagora. Don't even bother. Mascot Hazel is a 3-star specialty change unit. You should pick up 3-star Hazel from just your daily routine summons and specialty changer as soon as you get her. In a mono fire team where every unit on the team is fire element, she really shines. Her specialty change gives big bonuses to the team when they're all fire elemental. Again, I forced a speed set on her because you want your Soul Weavers to cycle their turns, right? It's important that her ability to cleanse and heal and give attack buff, that happens as often as possible. So force speed boots on her and give her a speed set. Nothing else really matters. Not the effectiveness, not the effect resistance, not even the bulk. I mean, give her enough bulk she doesn't die to a sneeze. And I put Prophetic Candlestick on her to help cycle her skills and make her take extra turns. Mascot Hazel's skills, I would recommend pushing her S2 and her S3 to the maximum. It's more healing, and healing is good. It'll keep your team alive. She does not take Molagora. She will take some catalysts, so make sure you farm Unrecorded History to get that AP so you can get the catalyst to get her going. But I do recommend maxing out her S2 and her S3. Her S1's not required, though the heal block will increase efficiency. It's really nice to stick heal block on the Golem and watch the tree not be able to heal him. Makes it go a lot faster. So if you can pump this up to +3, go for it. The extra 15% damage is silly. She barely does any damage anyway, so not required. But +3, +4, +7 is perfection. Minimum is +4, +7. Last unit on the team is Cermia. Cermia you can pick up for free doing the hunt missions. So pick up Cermia and slap a damage set on her. Here's my starter destruction set made of all 78 gear, some unleveled boots, because again, I did want her to have speed as the main stat on her boots, because even though she is a high-end DPS unit, don't fall into the trap of putting attack main stat on her. At this gear quality, you're going to want the speed main stat so that she can take enough turns to do some damage. 85% crit chance is your target, the rest into attack and crit damage. I really like her on her #1 EE because it gives an extra chance to do an extra attack, but if you don't have her EE, that's fine. You don't actually need it. It just makes things go a little faster. Daydream Joker is her artifact of choice for this fight. If you do not have a max Daydream Joker, you can most certainly go with the special Strawberry Cake. It doesn't do as much damage to the Golem as Daydream Joker, but it will do more damage to the adds. Cermia being our damage dealer. Look, damage dealers are +15 units, just by nature. Max her out. If you have to pick one over the other, max out her S1 first, because it's got heal block in it as well. Double chance to put heal block on the Golem. Then you can max out her S2 and her S3. I would go the S3 first. I would do the S2 last, because all the S2 does is give her greater attack buff, and she's going to get that naturally from Mascot Hazel being on the team. So you can do the order of S1 first, then S3, then S2. But damage dealer units are always worth the Molagora. If you can't max it out, you can't max it out. Just take it as far as you can. Make sure you have your hunt team or hunt pet established, and this is how the fight goes. Auto on. Okay, everybody's skills are on at the start of the fight. Mascot Hazel's going to use her S3, clean up any damage these bees did, give a greater attack buff to Cermia, which means Cermia's first S3 is going to hit like a truck. Ras gives defense buff, making everybody harder to kill. Cermia drops her greater attack buff S3 into an unsuspecting turtle who evaporates. Tam gets her skill cooldowns a little bit. Ras taking more hits to the face. There's a heal block. S2 into a defense break. That's a dead turtle. Cermia does her S2, reactivating greater attack buff, drops her S3, and kills the bee. And we push on to the next phase. No real damage on any of our units. Now, we got the heal block on the Colossus, which is great. With the heal block, when the tree takes a turn, the tree will not be able to heal. It'll cleanse the heal block, but you'll notice no healing. Tamarinne S2's heals up. Now the defense break's a little bit scary, but just hang in there. You got double Soul Weavers. Mascot Hazel cleanses the defense break. Ras strips the attack buff. We do eat a stun on Tamarinne. That's a little unfortunate. It's just going to slow things down a little bit. Cermia hits even through blind. Defense breaks are back. That's a huge pain in the butt. We can at least cleanse a little bit of them with the S2 from Mascot Hazel. The Colossus did heal up a little on that one. It happens. Ras gives defense buff to everybody. Tamarinne transforms, and this cleanses all of the debuffs. Tamarinne pushes up, heals everybody. Cermia transforms, greater attack buff dropping into the Colossus. Big damage. Mascot Hazel uses her S3. This increases the duration. We get a S2 into a defense break. Look how hard you hit with that defense break. That's why you want the effectiveness on Ras. And another hit, and the Jet Colossus is down. If you don't have that defense break, it's still full clears. It's just a little bit slower. But if Ras sticks that defense break, easy street. And that's why you want to have 65% effectiveness on Ras. Now you may be thinking, well, that was just lucky. That was just lucky. If you hadn't got that defense break, you were going to lose. You were going to die for sure. I'm telling you. This team is stable, and I'll prove it to you. Okay, guys, a full 10 quick battles, right? See, full 10 quick battles. Let's see how stable this team really is. And there you go. 10 full quick battles. Now, I know there's faster teams. I know there's one-shot teams. But this team lets pretty much the brand new player who has these units with Goblin tier gear be able to auto-farm this. They can quick battle it. You can run it in the background and not have to touch it. This will let you take care of all of your Golem farming needs. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And tomorrow we'll be working on our final Katie's 13 new player hunt. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Take care, Epic 7.